So right now there's a government shutdown, and it's been about a couple of days where people are not getting paid. They're pretty much at a standstill. They can go to work for the most part, but they don't get paid. So someone that's not working right now that needs to make some income, how fast could they make money right now, you would say, with trading? Is it like a couple weeks, a month?
So everybody who, I have to say, again, and this is also a red flag, everybody who tells you, hey, you can become a trader or make money in like X amount of days, week, month, is most probably a scam, because you cannot put a time frame behind it, to be honest, because it's so individual. Like, are you the single mom who has 2 kids and has a full-time job and barely has any time to study trading?
Yeah.
Or are you like the bored student who has all the time in the world, you know, and access to technology and stuff like that? So it really depends on yourself. But I would say if you do it really in a professional way, you have to give it at least 12 months, a whole year, to like see some real long-term consistency and not go just in for the jackpot, like for the jackpot, for the quick win in the casino. Right?
So
I would say 12 months,
12 months.
at least, if you do consistent training.
See, that's real, because I've had people come and say you can learn in a month or 2, make some money, but everyone that I've seen work with them left and says bad things because
they lost money. Red flags.
Yeah, because this takes time, and also it's an emotional game. If you're too focused on getting money now, you might mess up and make some mistakes along the way as well.
Yes, and people have to understand, like, trading, as we also established, trading is a profession like any other profession in the world. So which profession you can learn in like weeks? Does any profession exist? Professions take ages to learn, right?
Yeah.
Trading you can do maybe in a little bit of smaller time frame, but it still takes a lot of time and dedication and commitment. And people like, and that's, you know, you have to fight against like all the social media crowd who is saying, hey, take my 7 days course and you become a trader, and that's, you know, complete BS, because that's not the reality.
Yeah. You know what's scary? Nowadays we have a lot of information. They call it information overload. And for most people watching at home, they don't know what to believe. So they may see the lifestyle of it. So like I said before, they may see some numbers on the screen and it's like, okay, I can work with this guy. But more often than not, it's not always that way. So it's kind of scary.
No, they have to have a realistic mindset. So people have to have a realistic mindset, consider trading. So if you start trading now, Fresh, if you are like an entrepreneur in trading, right? Yeah. And you're running a startup basically, but it's a startup because it's a small business, because you're not yet, you know, profitable and professional in that profession. So it just takes time, like in any other profession. So people have to have that really entrepreneurial, professional mindset when they want to get into trading. And there's really no shortcut. And when it sounds too good to be true, most of the times it is too good to be true. You have already the prop firms that help you getting funded, but to make like some kind of sustainable income from these prop firms, you have to be skilled. There's no way around it, right? The specialized skill in trading, it's like it's the baseline for everything.
That's a good point. So what's the biggest mistake people make in trading, you would think, at this point? Is it like over leveraging? Is it maybe like, for example, they don't know?
They don't have skill. They don't have skill. They just jump into the market. They think they can make easy money. Because it's so, the problem, I guess, right, is because it's so accessible for everyone. They think also, hey, it's so accessible, I can also make easy money. And that's the biggest problem, because these people are not traders. They are market participants. They're trying their luck, right? They go into crypto. They're buying a shitcoin. They hope for like the 1000x that solves all their problems that has accumulated over their entire life. That's a problem. And that's the problem, the biggest problem, because people just don't take it serious. They want to have the kind of casino feel. They want to have the jackpot, right? They don't want to put effort into it. They don't want to put effort into it. But it's like effort is, but without effort, what can you accomplish in life? Nothing.
Yeah. So crypto itself, what are your thoughts on it? And is it more valuable, you think, than trading?
No, I never traded. I have a crypto portfolio, you know, buy and hold basically for me. But I don't actively trade crypto. I never needed that. I'm old school. You know, I started, you know, trading stocks in the very beginning. Then I went into futures, and then because of prop trading, I went into FX. But I never really traded crypto myself. But eventually, regardless of, once you have a chart, you can trade every chart, whether it's like any kind of, you know, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any kind of, you know, other altcoin or any other market like the Euro dollar, Dow Jones, gold, you can trade them the same way. If you have a strategy, if you have a consistently working strategy, you can just look at the chart and you can analyze the chart and you can place an order regardless of what market it is.
Is that considered fundamentals? Is that what that's called? Like the basic of...
Yeah, I mean, it's like there are two kind of philosophies. There's fundamental analysis and technical analysis. I, for myself, I combine both into my strategy. But yeah, there are different philosophies.
Okay. And I have some friends, Charlie and Miguel, shout out to them, Crypto Mindset, and they say BTC and Ethereum is what you should focus on. All the rest are kind of like, you know, up in the air, but BTC and Ethereum are what they invest in for the most part.
Yeah, I would agree, because everything else is anyway following in like, is broadly speaking, is very much correlated. So if a Bitcoin tomorrow dumps 20%, there's no other crypto that goes up. You know, all of the stuff goes down. And it's similar to the equity indices. You know, if the Nasdaq tomorrow drops 5%, you have the entire stock market crashing. Right? It's very much correlated.
I can only imagine, as someone that's new to the industry, I'll make many mistakes. So my money will be going down, and I feel like at that point, how do you minimize taking losses, you would say?
I mean, even back in the days, the trading world was completely different. There was no YouTube. There was no like anything online. There were like a couple of books. And if you really wanted to get some real training on trading, then you needed like some personal mentorship. So these days I would consider there was much less noise. So I'm glad that I started a long time ago. There was less noise, so I really could focus. These days it's like crazy, right? On YouTube, and if you just type in how to learn trading, I mean, it's information overload, like how to find the real thing. It's really hard.
The problem that I see now is that, like, I can type into YouTube, Google, and there's so many traders, I don't know who to trust.
And you know, and what do you think? Where does it come from? Where does this come from? Why do you think there's so many? Do you have any idea? What would you think?
Because people want to make money.
well, the problem is that in trading, so trading is a real profession. So we have to establish that trading is a profession like any other profession in the world. Like becoming a doctor, lawyer, engineer, pilot. It's a profession. So, but when it comes to trading, it's almost the only profession where there is no accreditation system. There's no certification system. You know, everybody fresh. You can go now out and, you know, you can make a YouTube channel about trading, and, you know, you can sound very articulate, and, you know, you can.
I'm a trader, guys. Show my program.
You can sell yourself very well, and then people, you know even less than you, and they're like, wow, this guy sounds smart, so let's buy his program. And that's the problem in trading, because there's really no accreditation system. If you are like a certified pilot or doctor, then you are one, right? You went through university, and, you know, you have certificates and all this kind of stuff. When it comes to trading, everybody can call themselves a trader, and this is a big problem in the space, and that's why people taking advantage of that, and that's why it's so hard to find the needle in the haystack. And these days it's the needle in the haystack, because, you know, I would say 95% of the information out there is BS, you know, sorry to say.
So I started learning some trading stuff, some protocols, and it's funny because typically speaking, what happens, you see people online with nice cars, lifestyle, and you're like, wait, what's this guy do for a living? Oh, I'm a trader. And then I'm like, how often do you have to trade versus you show your lifestyle online?
That's already, you know, for real traders, for me, this is already a red flag. If the marketing is purely based on watches, cars, houses, flights, you know, like holidays, you know, like the high life, that's all the biggest, like one of the biggest red flags that for me personally, because, you know, nothing wrong with having nice stuff. I like nice stuff as well, but I don't like push it in like, hey, look, I bought this nice Lamborghini because I made X amount of dollars with trading. That's like, it's misleading. Generally speaking, they should find somebody who has some credible results, who has some, maybe a lot of prop firm certificates, because, you know, once you get paid out. So for me personally, so when I was awarded the all-time record holder for FTMO, the biggest prop firm in the world, I got a certificate, right? I was like promoted on their Instagram.
You have receipts?
And I have receipts, kind of real certificates. And even like when you get a payout, a monthly payout, by any payout, you get a certificate. There are like QR codes on it. You can scan it, and you see that they're third-party verified. They're legit. Like, wow, this person can make money consistently in the market. So look for traders that have like these kind of certifications that are verified in the market, not just showing their mobile phone and, you know, just, hey, look at my results and stuff like that, right? And then there are multiple red flags if you see people if you see these traders flashing, you know, expensive cars, watches, holidays, whatnot, then it's already like maybe you should better run, right?
Yeah, because
and this is how you should get started.
I see people online for sure fudge some numbers just to make it look better on the screenshots. That's which is very scary.
And this, you know, and this happened to me, by the way, as well, right? And this was a guy from Miami, and this also like,
whoa, land on the scammers, fellas.
That's why you know, it's funny because we have this internal joke in our office in Dubai. We have a trading floor, so we have a lot of people there, and we have this joke. We call them the Miami scammers. You know, it's like no, but it's actually, it was a cool PR gag, and it's because at the end of the day, I was very small back in the days. Still, I had 5,000 subscribers or so, and this was a very I don't say names, but this was a very prominent, you know, trader from Miami on YouTube, on social media. Everybody thought he's legit, and he actually, what he did, took one of my FTMO payouts. He removed my name.
Wow.
He put his name on it, but he forgot to remove the QR code, and then he exactly, and then he posted, and then he posted it on his Instagram stories, like showing off, hey, I made 60K this month. I'm the master trader. And then people were seeing if this is true, scanning the QR code, and it led to my page because he forgot to remove the QR. And then it was like a big scandal in our trading world, you know. And I never had an X account, and for that reason, because I was so pissed personally that he did that, he stole my payout certificate and promoted like himself with that payout certificate. That I opened up X. I made an X account just for that, and I called him out on X. This was my very first post on X, and this went viral, 500,000 views or so. And this like was good PR at the end of the day. Then people, you know, got to know me. Yeah.